I'm pre-recording this in the future. This is Mizzy from So Stitch X. I don't know when I'll post the video with the final result, but here's the steps. I have a dehydrator. Mine is by Nesco. It's like $30. I also have chicken paws. The difference between chicken feet and chicken paws: chicken feet are the foot in the shank, and the chicken paws are cut above the ankle. Ignore the sounds of little voodoo practitioner in the back. But here we go. First step, acquire them. You can literally get them at Walmart. Alright. So I took some of the nicer looking ones and put them on the first layer. Here's how it goes. There was supposed to be a warning for animal parts, but if you didn't catch that from the name of the video, which should be pretty fucking specific, I'm sorry for you. If you don't like animal parts, move on. Frankly, I think it's nasty touching all these dead shit. I love dead shit, but I like bones. But here we go. And some of these are so pretty. Like, look at this little fella. Aw, this lady. This chunky lady over here. She looks so cute with her weird little nub. Setting them up to dry. And you will definitely want to wash your hands when you're done. But this is the first layer. All the pretty paws on the top layer, they good. I don't think it matters if they touch, because jerky touches and it like comes apart. I'm going to be doing this for 3 days, because that's what I was told I should do. If they come out and they have like, the couple of them have little weird spots. I don't know. I can't remember. I think they're on the bottom layer. I put the ones with the weird spots. But those I'll probably try for my dog, Pepper. It'll be an experiment because she usually has a bad reaction with poultry and other bird. However, this will be something new. And it's not exactly the same as the meat because it's the feet. So it might be different because she can have pig's ear, but I can't just give her pork or she'll have a field day. Excuse all the mess. So I have it set for meat, which is $160, and it's supposed to run for 3 days. Now, if I wanted a special like way for them to be shaped, I would need to bind them with some thread. I, however, really liked the shape that most of them were in. The ones that looked kind of bad also had weird spots, and so I'm probably just going to give them to Pepper as a dog treat anyway. Alright, so this has been the first part of a video. I hope there's more. Okay, so one thing that I failed to mention. The amount of time I've heard, it should be at least 16 hours. I've heard some people say they want to do it for at least 3 days. I'm going to do it for that long. But 16 hours minimum. Alright, so one thing that I failed to mention in the previous part of the video was something that the person who did a video on how to do this did not know, is when you run it for 3 days, make sure you run it for 3 days. Do not pause it to like go to bed. Let it run all night and all day for 3 consecutive days. If you don't, you can get like mold or mildew or whatever growing in there. You can get some weird bacteria. Now that's going to mess up your magics. That's going to make somebody sick. That is not something you want to do. You also don't have to use the dehydrator. Now I am, because that seems like a way easier method and less mess. Typically, I would use salt. But typically, I would only have bones, because the salt will cleanse it. And I feel that the salt adds an extra protection and like cleansing on a different spiritual level than just, of course, dehydrator, which just dehydrates it like jerky. But if you want, you can put it in a jar of salt. Now, if you put it in a jar of salt, I've heard some people who also use cornmeal. I don't know why they use cornmeal. They did not specify. But if you put it in a jar with salt, please put a lid on it. Put a lid on it, because the salt will escape. If you didn't know that, the salt will escape. It will creep out of there. If you do salt and water, which is kind of against the point, like, yes, it'll cleanse it, but it won't, like, dry it up like it needs to be to make your chicken paws into chicken feet charms. So I prefer if you did a dehydrator, or a just salt with a lid on it. But if you are doing random things like with bones or other stuff, like you can use salt and water in a jar. Just put a lid on it so it don't come creeping out. But yeah, that is one thing that I failed to mention earlier, and I wanted to point out. 3 days straight. 3. Don't cut it off at night. Leave it on. It will be fine. If you're really concerned about it, put it where you know it won't cause a major issue. You have things that run all day in your house. If you have that kind of an issue, have somebody check it. But realistically, it'll be fine. Okay? And these will be extra special for me because I am doing them on Christmas Eve, Christmas, and the day after Christmas. So this will be like extra charged by the holiday spirit. Whoa. And maybe I will even paint them on my birthday on the 28th. So we will see. Alright, if I just post this video as it is, then I hope to hear from you next time. Comment below if you make them. If not, if I decide to wait until I do the crafting portion of these little buggers, then cool. Catch you in just a few seconds. Bye.